So hi and assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Saufi Roslim. Today I want to share with you guys about academic article review that we choose. So let's start. So firstly, introduction. The article is chosen is the title. The article is addressing the problem of speech anxiety among students, and this article discuss about the causes of anxiety of speech among students, the problem of communication in front of large group of people, the methodology that they use for this study, average of students that have problem in anxiety of speech. Okay, let's move to the issues or problem. The first issue is public speaking anxiety may stem from numerous sources such as public speaking skills, fluency in a foreign language, emotional predisposition toward public speaking, and characteristic of the public speaking situation itself. And then, students according to receive less attention in class. And the last issue is their lack of participation leads them into securing lower grades, especially in subject which depends on class participation. Okay, we move to the next slide. There's recommendation and suggestions. Okay, first, students will strive themselves to learn skill and strategies needed to resolve speech anxiety. And then, lecturers should allow students who are socially shy and nervous to engage in class discussion and avoid harsh feedback, and should instead reflect more encouragingly on the action of students. So, in its attempt to find out and emphasize the role of teachers or readers in reducing situational or personal speech-induced anxieties in the classroom, this study surveyed 40 students of communication using stratified sampling designed to select 10 students from level 100 to 400 each. And then the last one is although recommending that further studies will extend the sample's reach and size in line with the increasing level of the student population of the school. We suggest further studies that concentrate on the speaking behaviors of teacher or lecturers. And the conclusion of this article is the authors Philip Kwaku Kankam and Samuel Osarfo Boateng find the conclusion from this study, which is the speech anxiety were causes because of their weakness and example lack of adequate preparation, inferiority complex and needless comparison among students. Then, the lecturer are become the main role to reducing speech anxiety among students from their perspective and assist them to overcome their fear and weakness. Further, the authors recommend that the studies should have lecturers evaluate their own speech anxiety levels. So, that's all for me. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hi and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, today I would like to talk about my article review, which is corporate communication from the CEO's perspective, how top executive conceptualize and value strategic communication, written by Zerfas and Sharuzada. First of all, this article review is chose by us and prepared by Muhammad Aidil bin Muhammad Zaki, Muhammad Saufi bin Roslim, Muhammad Wazif bin Chek, Muhammad Zakwan bin Muhammad Farid, Muhammad Aiman bin Muhammad Hasiri, and me, Muhammad Taufiq bin Abdullah. Okay, the introduction of this article is based on this topic. It is all about a popular rally question. Reasoning in academia argues that the growing influence of credibility, public trust, integrity, and validity in the business world leads to an increasing importance of corporate communications. However, empirical research shows the disparity between communication perceived importance and soft metrics and its significance in organization. Refer to their recent study, a large majority of 2027 professionals working in communication department across Europe stated that communication has become more important for their organization in a given time frame, but only 14.8% of them reported increased budgets compared with other functions. This gap is usually explained by a lack of power of communication departments and communication professionals. Researchers and professional associations alike argue that having a seat at the board table or being a member of the dominant coalition will solve the problem. It is narrow view criticized by others. In fact, a significant number of organizational and relational constraints do not limit communication professionals to reporting positions or personal skill. In order to explore the topic at hand, this paper is based on an alternative theoretical approach. It discusses the allocation of communication roles in organizational contexts and suggests that the symbiotic relationship between CEOs and communication practitioners can be studied by way of a modern sociological institutionalism. It is important to consider the perceptions of the top executive for context. The literature review reveals that empiric observation into these areas are unusual. This is, to our knowledge, the biggest selection of top executives in the core economy consulted so far on corporate communication. Next, we will talk about an issue or problems. The analysis correlation analyses show that the perception, experiences, and understanding of top managers are affected by a variety of independent variables, which make a difference whether or not respondents work closely with communicators. The size of the organization measured in terms of annual turnover and also matters. Author tells about the public opinion, reputation, and corporate success. Author defines it as a compare with 5 years ago that the public opinion is more important to corporate decision taking today. Incorporating public opinion allows decision taking means collaboration influences the achievement of organizational objective. Next issue is about communication patterns of top executive. Most top executives endorse conventional communication understanding, concentrating on transmitting knowledge from the sender to the receiver, consistent with the educational context of most business administration respondent and the prevalent conceptualization of communication in this discipline. Top executives consider themselves as the strategic communication hub. However, they need other people's help to master the dynamic of a 24/7 knowledge system and the complexity of creating real-time opinion in global setting. Other issues that been shared by the author in this article is discussion. The empirical analysis verify several findings of past qualitative studies in different regions of the world. Top executives have common understanding, aspiration, and perception which can be conceptualized as cognitive institution in industry. Principal cognitive trends generate incentive and challenges for agents such as communication experts, departments, and agency. Okay, then recommendation or suggestion that I can give is, first, it is important to customize communication to different member segments. and that the one-size-fits-all membership model is outdated. Newer members might not be aware of all the benefit that they are entitled to through the association and may have been attracted to one specific benefit that they only had a temporary need for. Next is conduct short crowdsourcing session where you ask member to talk about the issue and hot topics that they are currently dealing with in their business. You also can leverage the expertise of your supplier members to discover the cutting edge new products and information that your members need to know. Lastly, monetizing your contacts doesn't mean you have to sacrifice quality because they get to earn name recognition, while your members learn about unique business solutions and your association earns revenue to invest in future communications initiative. The conclusion that I can make is, from this article, all of that we can conclude that CEOs and all high top level managers must play the important roles in their organization related to the communications against all stakeholders and the workers. This article contains very lot information about how from CEO's perspective can give corporate to communications and also about the concept of top executive can be valued towards to strategic communication. That's all. Thank you.